What's up, guys? It's Mary Hannah
and Cassidy, and this is
Things and Stuff on IM25. Hey Cassidy,
Hey Mary Hannah.
I have a question.
2 months late.
Welcome back. It's us a couple hours later with different questions. So this time we're going to be discussing digital visuality and visibility. We're going to be discussing digital power and exploitation. Woo! So, to start and kick things off with our first question, it is, in what ways have selfies introduced new elements into social interaction? How much information can actually be scientifically researched about selfies?
Probably a lot.
The answer is a lot. So, let me just educate you a little bit. Bringing back Chad and Simon. This says here that there has been an increased interest in how images and visuals, photos and videos affect our experience, culture, and how we interact with each other. Society, or the social machine, is thriving on the production and consumption of images and depictions. Images, paintings, symbols, and
Visualizations
are what holds society together and has been done since the very beginning. I'm so tired. I just want to tell you guys, it's literally midnight right now. The first video we uploaded, we did it like 3. It took me 2 hours to edit. We worked on another project. We finished that project
completely.
Now we're back at this point in our life. Now we live in an age people call the age of the photo op. We're focused on capturing, watching, and sharing images and audiovisual content, obviously not something that's entirely new to us. But the pattern has been intensified in digital society because our realism has fascinated people. Videos have become increasingly easy to capture, produce, and circulate. Kiku Adato said, "Today we pride ourselves in our knowledge that the camera can lie, that pictures can be fabricated, packaged, and manipulated." She also says people even come to develop an affection for the artificial element of what they see, and they start to appreciate images as images. So this is mainly talking about photoshopping, because that is a big deal to us right now. You know, you have to add a filter, you have to Facetune.
That'd be cute.
You got to make yourself look good. If you don't have makeup on, you got to add a little, you got to blur the face out a little bit, right? You got to make your lashes look longer. You have to whiten your teeth. You have to get the right lighting. Let's see. Digital society has brought along changes in how people express themselves. This development is intensified as networks sprawl and technology becomes increasingly portable, which is like our cell phones, technically. They're portable.
Laptops, cell phones, the internet.
Yeah, talks about face-fronting cameras on phones. The selfie becomes our own genre of visual self-representation with its own conventions, representational techniques, and poses. Some people say that when people post a selfie, they're looking for affirmation, something that can only be fulfilled in interacting with others. So people will post a selfie, looking for others to comment, going, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute," like heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji. People look for others to tell them that they look good. But there are still social norms with selfies, like who can take a selfie, when and where it is appropriate to take them. Gender affects it. White men don't take selfies because they are seen as unmanly. Latino and black men, on the other hand, are more positive into taking and sharing selfies. But selfies do not only show what we look like, but also where we are and what we're doing, who we think might be watching and who we want to be. So we only take selfies. Like, if I go to France, I'm going to take a selfie with the Eiffel Tower and I'm going to post that so everybody knows I'm in France.
Bet.
What we're doing. If I take a selfie in front of the Eiffel Tower, I'm in front of the Eiffel Tower and you're not.
Look, I'm with somebody Insta-famous.
Who we think might be watching. When you post a selfie, almost to be like, well...
Did that person that I like it?
Right. It's like posting something on your Snapchat story, waiting for that
who watches it.
one person to watch it. Or posting a selfie on Instagram and waiting for that one person to like it. You're looking for that one person. And if that one person doesn't pull through...
Delete it.
Yep,
See you.
it's gone. It's over. And who we want to be. This kind of ties back into the last video that we did. We can make ourselves look like whoever we want to be on the internet with our selfie. We can change our identity with the selfie.
It's like a new level of advertising yourself. It's like a more personal, oh, look at this place. I'm documenting that this place exists. It's look at me here doing this. What's the relationship between gender, race, identity, and power? Okay, so in the everyday world, we have things like racism, sexism, classism. What's new? Turns out, still exists in the cyber world. Cyberspace, as we all know, is an environment comprised of zeros and one, binary system. That's how computers work. It's either on or off. There's generally no in-between. And it tends to happen that way when it comes to virtual culture, race. People see more focus on the issue of race. People online either see race 100% or not at all. They pick a character or an avatar, or they come across as someone who's not worried about race. When someone picks a character in a video game, you can be whoever you want. And you either pick someone who looks like you or you pick someone who looks the complete opposite. You can turn it off like a zero because it's either an invisible concept, unmarked and undiscussed, or it's on completely and it's a flashpoint for angry debate and overheated rhetoric. In summary, no matter how digital we become, there's a good reason to believe that the problem of social inequality and discrimination, of domination and subordination will persist. And we've had to realize that being online is not so different from being in the real world. In any social setting, you can find a social structure, a hierarchy, and you can find it online. We can't escape the fact that people will be ascribed to different types and degrees of social status. Feminist author Lori Penny believes, in line with what's been said in this chapter, it's soon proved that finding this off switch and this, belief of cyber optimism, it's not the case. While gender actually matters quite a lot on the internet, it does so in more way than one. Misogyny and sexual bullying is enabled by the internet and social media, but at the same time, while bringing on this negative connotation of gender, it gives people in groups who aren't all middle-class white men a place to discuss in a public space their feelings, thoughts, everyday activities. New contexts for performing gender open up in these digital societies. And while that's all great, on the other hand, people are often required or pressed to reveal their real identities, which tend to be in line with this stereotype gender. Identity play may be going on. There's a strong tendency that expectations of femininity and masculinity get tied to these identities, and people end up portraying their real selves online anyways. Especially in the case of gender, the internet tells women that they're always potentially being watched, and there's always the risk of violence and harassment. Penny says, welcome to the world with your tits on the screen the next day. In general, the age-old misogynistic stereotype that women should be seen and not heard is becoming more pronounced on parts of the internet and social media due to this portrayal of oneself on the internet. So to answer my question, what is the relationship between gender, race, identity, and power in digital society? It's pretty much the same as it is in offline life. There's a hierarchy, there's classism, racism. People will judge you based on the color of your skin, the gender you are, how much money you do and don't make, how good you are at what you do online, or how prevalent you are online.
So that's all that me, Cass, and Chad have for you guys today. Thanks for coming to our trash talk. And we will see you guys
some other time.
Whenever it is.
Eventually.
At some point.
When we show up again.
When we feel like it.
Ugh.